find other great podcasts like this one at Podmoth.network.
Are you into true crime?
Do you like unsolved mysteries?
Strange and forgotten history?
Bizarre alien abductions and classified science experiments? Then check out Cruelty Podcast.
We're your hosts, Willow Ahava, along with my best friend and next door neighbor,
Lillian Asterius, and my husband, Merriweather Asterius. Maris, say hi.
Hello.
Maris, short for Merriweather, and I host Maris Mondays as a bonus episode each week to start your Monday with something strange and unusual.
While the rest of the week, Lillian and I present a true crime case under a monthly theme and feature known and not so known cases. We've done everything from Vampire Month to honeymoon murders to cannibal killers.
Cruelty Podcast is an independent podcast made possible by our Patreon members. If you would like ad-free listening plus additional episodes and perks, find Cruelty Podcast at patreon.com/cruelty.
Whoa, that's 4 whole episodes a week.
Linktree/Cruelty has links to all our social media accounts as well as our Discord channel. Cruelty Podcast is a member of the Podmoth Network.
This meeting is being recorded.
You're fucking allowed that, bitches.
Could you hear her from way over there?
Yeah. I put it up on the microphone because I was like, listen to how this bitch yells at me.
Mine's really nice.
This meeting, Catherine, is being recorded, just letting you know. And mine's over here like, this meeting is being recorded. Bitch! I'm gonna have fun editing later.
Hey, what's up?
What?
Hey, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Oh, I'm Catherine. Wait a second.
I know. I flipped it on you. I'm sorry. Okay, we can restart. Hey, what's up, you guys?
I'm Catherine.
And I'm Haley.
And we are Saturdays for the Ghouls,
a Podmoth podcast. How are you, Catherine?
I'm fine. That's probably the most complicated intro that we've had in the last, I don't know.
Forever.
How are you, Haley?
Fine. I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, it went from fine to good. We're good, guys. We're good.
We're good. What are we talking about, Haley?
Man, jumping right in, are we?
I mean, oh, wait a second. Hey, Spooky Babes, thanks for joining us today. I've been on the phone with Haley for hours now, so I feel like we're just jumping right in. But you know what? You're right. We need to just smoothly slide into the topic.
Just like Jensen Ackles in my ad. No, I'm just kidding.
In my DMs.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of Jensen Ackles, we're going to talk about the entire 15 seasons of Supernatural today. So,
can you imagine if we did that every episode, bro? If we did season 1 to 15, every episode
we do
synopsis.
An episode? Yes,
we'd be set.
Did we just start a podcast? Another podcast.
It's like, Catherine, do you want to start a podcast with me? The Supernatural Files.
Supernatural Files.
The Jensen Ackles Thirst Files.
Okay, so I gotta admit, if you guys aren't Supernatural people, I'm sorry. You probably are. If my data is right, you are. And when I first started watching Supernatural, I was a Sam girl, a Jared girl through and through. Jared. he was taller, he was cuter, he was little sad puppy boy. But through seasons, like 15 seasons with Jensen and Jared playing Dean and Sam, I'm much more of a Dean girl than I thought I was. That's where I stand. Where do you stand, Haley?
I've only seen.
You don't have to have seen them. You've seen their faces.
I know. Okay. I love them both.
I know. It's very hard to pick.
If it was okay, I'm gonna do it in like horror movies. So if we're gonna talk about My Bloody Valentine, Jensen. If we're gonna talk about House of Wax, Chad McElmurray.
And if we're gonna talk about Supernatural, Jared Padalecki.
Exactly.
Damn. I really hope I'm saying his last name right, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've only ever seen it in writing. I just realized that, like, how many words am I saying wrong because I've only ever seen them written in a book or on a screen. I've never heard them out loud. Like, I think about that now since I've started writing. Like, I've been thinking about how many words I really truly say wrong all the time. Anyway.
Spooky babes. Catherine here is becoming an author.
Potentially writing a book. Who knows?
Just think. Are you gonna okay, question. Are you gonna release a book with your name, or are you gonna have a pen name?
I guess it depends on if there's smut in the book.
Okay.
So like I'm not really truly interested in writing smut, that's for sure. So like and I also don't love my name. So my name is so fucking long for no reason. My real whole name is so fucking long. So like it would probably be under a pen name anyway, but like it would be under like a secret pen name if I was doing smut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I was writing smutty novellas on Amazon on KU, then I would potentially write it under like, you know, Sydney Willis. Like, I don't know, whatever.
Sydney Willis.
Yeah, I don't know. I just literally picked two names out of my head. But like literally anything. Honestly, it would probably sound like a horror movie ode. And they would probably be spooky, spicy novellas.
Okay, like Kate Voorhees, or
like Sydney Craven.
Sydney Craven,
you know, like Sydney Prescott and Wes Craven. You know, literally anything. Or I could just do K Craven. It's the same last name as Wes Craven, and my first name technically does start with a K, so nobody has to know.
So if anybody out there here sees Sydney Craven or K Craven, it's Catherine.
Hey, Voorhees. I feel like Voorhees is too in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could do like K Mocker for like Stu.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but anyway.
I also, because, okay, when you said Mocker, I thought of Loomis, and I was like, I feel like Loomis is also one of those names where you just like automatically think of like either Halloween or Scream.
Right. And so do you remember those short stories that we read from Lane Loomis?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a pen name too.
Oh, probably.
Lane Loomis, you know.
Yeah.
Loomis being, you know, in horror movies. So, but like I could just do it like as like a slight ode to horror or something. I would probably do that if I had to pick a pen name. But the book that I'm writing, I don't think is going to have any smut, but it would have more violence than smut. It would be still like a adult book, I think. I mean, okay. So have you ever seen the Netflix movie There's Someone Inside Your House?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that movie is based off a book called There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. I read that book yesterday. And it's good, but I felt like I was more surprised by the movie than I was by the book. Like it was more shocking, the ending of the movie, than the book. But regardless, I felt like that book had a lot of gore and violence that I thought wouldn't be allowed in a YA horror because it's technically listed as a YA, which is young adult. And to me, that makes it seem like it can't have like gore and like all that kind of stuff. But it seemed like it was pretty gory for a YA book. I mean, it's not gory to your standards. That's definitely not it. It's it's definitely not like, oh my gosh, this is so much gore. But I thought it was more gore than I would expect in a YA. That being said, it was fine.
Is it the same? Okay, so I've seen the movie, right? Is it the same person in the book?
I think that the name of the person is different, but I think it's the same concept.
Okay.
Today I looked up the Wikipedia for the film to find the synopsis because I saw the film like 2 years ago during Halloween. I watched it when I was watching 31 movies in October. But I didn't remember it when I read the book. But the thing is that the movie, you don't know who the killer is until the very end. And in the book, you do. You know who the killer is halfway through the book, which to me was like, why am I still reading if I already know who it is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the reason why I thought it was an okay book was that you find out who the killer is halfway through the book. That's
annoying.
Yeah. And like there was no twist at the end where it was like this person and someone else, like a Scream twist, or it was that person that time, but all the other times was someone else. Like I was waiting for some kind of twist. There wasn't, because I'd seen the movie and there wasn't. I mean, there was a twist because you didn't know who it was until the very end. So anyway,
I guessed it.
You get, yeah. I mean, that one was I felt like that one was easier to guess, I guess. I don't know. I really don't remember, honestly. I barely remember that time of my life. So 2 years ago. If you want a good gory book, I'd recommend The Queen of the Cicadas by V. Castro. It's way gorier than any book that we've talked about. The Queen of Cicadas is really gory. It's horror movie week, guys. Sorry for sidetracking about books and stuff. I might write a book, and that's all you're going to get right now. What are we talking about for horror movie week?
As you may know, if you look at your calendars or are aware of any time perception at all, it is February, the month of revenge.
Oh.
Close.
Revenge, I mean.
Yeah. So anyway, February, we have Valentine's Day as a holiday. And what better way to have an anti-Valentine's Day than a horror movie? So
that was a drum roll. Insert drum roll here.
Catherine,
Haley,
Spooky Babes, we're going to be talking about My Bloody Valentine 3D.
Insert crowd applaud here.
Ooh, ah, wah.
Anyway, Haley,
Anyway,
who is in this movie?
Wait.
So the reason why we got on Supernatural is that last week we had a movie with Jared. Now go.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't plan this shit out like this. It just happens. I completely forgot that Jensen Ackles is in this movie. But, you know, our horror movie last month was the remake of House of Wax that has Jared Padalecki in it. Who is Jensen Ackles' on-screen brother in the TV show Supernatural. So, as I was like trying to find where this movie was streamable, I saw his face. I saw Jensen Ackles' face, and I was like, "Oh, he's in this movie." And I was like, "Ooh, Catherine's gonna be so excited." And I was like, "I'm not gonna tell her. I'm just gonna let it happen naturally." And then, like, as we're queuing up the movie to watch it, she's in big bold text. She's like, "Jensen Ackles is in this movie too." And I was like,
know.
"Yeah." Wow. She was excited.
Yes, I was excited to see Jensen Ackles, and he's number one in the credits and number one in my heart.
Number one. I think he is one of the first like names too.
He is, yeah. I watched for it.
That's true. You're like, that man has good back and shoulders.
He does have a good back and shoulders. Oh my gosh. In season 1, never mind. We'll be here all day.
We're talking about My Bloody Valentine 3D, baby.
But we watched it in regular D.
Regular D. In HD.
Probably HD, yeah.
Anyway. So this movie is...
Sorry.
What?
I said this D.
You wish you had that D.
True.
Anyway. So this movie is also a remake from an 80s film. Happy. We're starting off the year with some remakes. It's great.
Happy remake 2023. All the movies we do are remakes.
I mean, that would make my choosing a lot easier.
Why?
Because that'll lower the list down, but no, I'm not
so.
going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
If it happens, it happens. We'll just let it flow.
So, My Bloody Valentine 3D came out January 16th, 2009.
January 16th. Wow. That's a whole month away from Valentine. I feel like it would come out in the beginning of February.
You know, that would be smart, right?
Yeah. But we know that these movie people are not smart with their release dates.
Missed opportunities all around.
Seriously.
It was directed by Patrick Lussier. He did a lot. He was mainly an editor for a lot of things. He collaborated with Craven a lot.
Oh, okay.
He was the editor for Scream 1, 2, and 3, which I thought was cool.
I got the same, vibes from this movie as I did from Scream 1. Not necessarily, it wasn't as good as Scream 1, but I got the same, vibe in, the style, I guess. So that makes sense.
Yeah, like Scream-esque.
Yeah.
A whodunit. A who is it? Anyway. Also, Todd Farmer. He was the screenwriter. I only thought he was interesting because he has the same birthday as me.
Hey, Scorpio.
But yeah, so Todd Farmer was the screenwriter for this movie. His birthday is November 21st, 1968, and the year that he became active was 1996. So I was like, excuse me?
You guys are kismet. I bet he's worth a lot of money if he's not dead.
Well, he's not dead, but I was literally like, he could be my dad.
He could be your daddy.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll let you decide if you want to keep that statement when I tell you who he is.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Wait a second, why?
He's in the movie.
Oh, is he Harry?
No.
Oh. Who is he?
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay, we'll get there. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun. I thought that we were moving to that. Okay.
No. Okay. So, same birthday as yours truly.
Who has my birthday? No, I'm just kidding.
Looks up all birthdays of November 20th. Don't you have Miley Cyrus? Or no?
No, Ollie Sykes.
Oh.
A few other people. I don't remember. The lead singer of Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, that's Ollie. Yeah. He did the movie The Messengers.
I liked that movie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When I say I liked it, I mean I probably was one of my guilty pleasure movies to watch because I've not seen it in years, so I don't know how well it holds up. But I did like that movie a lot.
Well, guess what, Catherine? We're gonna do that movie soon, probably.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, probably. I like that movie too, and it's been a long time.
I don't remember anything about it. I just remember I've watched it multiple times.
And it has Kristen Stewart
Has Kristen
in it.
Stewart in it. Yes, I do remember that.
That movie's creepy though.
Yeah.
Anyway, good movie. If y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. The Messengers.
Wait till our episode. No, just kidding.
Watch it in preparation for the episode.
Yes, so you can listen to our episode right away. Do you guys wait a second? I know you guys can't talk to me right now, but do you guys like see that it's My Bloody Valentine in the title and you go watch My Bloody Valentine before you listen to our episode? Or are you just like, fuck it. If I've seen it, I've seen it. If I haven't, I haven't. I just want to know. Instagram DM me. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Leave it in the comments below.
I wish there were comments below. If you're listening to this on YouTube, leave it in the comments below.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Like and subscribe. Rate our podcast 5 stars wherever you're at. Do something nice for our podcast. Thanks. Love you. Shameless self-promotion.
I know, right?
We literally never ask anything like that. So
we don't.
Maybe we should start asking.
That's why we suck.
That's why we suck. Ouch.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're kidding. Loved. We don't suck. We're awesome.
The budget, Catherine.
How much is it?
14 million.
It was 3D. I think they needed special cameras, probably.
They did. Yes.
I'll give them $14 million.
What do you think it made back? I have 2 figures here. One figure is like box office only.
Okay.
And then the other figure is the box office plus like movie DVD purchases.
Okay. So can I ask if it made its money back?
It did.
You know what? I'd imagine it would because it was like 3D. It's like I think it was probably one of the first horror movies in 3D. I'm not sure, but
it's the first R-rated movie released in 3D.
Hey, I guess that. Fun fact. Okay. So it was probably like really interesting, even if it wasn't that good. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna go with 48 million. Mm. Okay. Am I too high or too low? More.
Too low. Too low. Yes, too low.
Wow. Okay. Am I way too low?
Yeah. A little bit.
$123 million.
Ooh, that's really close.
Okay.
So, box office, 100.7 million.
Oh my.
And then plus DVD sales and everything, 119.9.
Oh my.
So I was like, you're so close.
Wow. We always do better on our second guess. I understand that is our second guess, but we only usually get higher or lower. You know what I mean? Like last time you did bad on the first one for Stepfathers, and then you did good on the second one. Same year. Wow. It's full circle. Sorry.
Full circle. Proud of us.
That was me patting myself on the back. No one can see that though.
They just hear a little like that's funny. Okay. So that's just the bare minimum of it, right? Of the movie. Catherine?
Yes.
It's time.
Uh-oh.
For
my synopsis?
For Catherine's synopsis.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Okay. When you're messing around and you're having fun, have Catherine's synopsis and you'll be done. Yay. Okay.
Wow. Did you just make that up on the spot?
I did. There's no way I could have remembered that. I don't even remember it now.
It's like, quick, write it down, right? I'll save it when I'm editing.
Yeah, we'll just save a clip of it. I'll add a little tune to the background. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Jen-
Bruh.
Jensen Ackles' character Tom and 3 other teens, they go into this.
Only remembers Tom's character.
Tom and like Bridget and Fiona and whatever her name. Anyway, I know
Nope.
they're not the right names. I know. Anyway, Tom and 3 other teens are at this like spooky thing where they go into the mines, because in this town is a big mine where people work, and some bad guy was there one time and killed a lot of people. Anyway, they go into the mine and they're like woo, scaring each other. And then this one guy, he's not in the 4, but this one guy, he's like just hanging about. Pitchfork through the eye. Wait, no, what's it called? Ice pick through the eye. Pickaxe. Sorry. Pickaxe through the eyeball. This guy who's pickaxing people starts pickaxing more people, and it's a whole thing. Some people die, but Jensen and his 3 friends kind of get out alive. Jensen gets a little boo-boo hurt, but he's okay. He survives. Fast forward 10 whole years. We're back in this town. And guess who comes back home? Jensen, Tom. I just think of Jensen. Anyway, Jensen's character, Tom, he comes back to town and he's like, I'm just here to sell my father's mine, blah, 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 right? So what he left behind when he left town was the love of his life. Name? Sarah, obviously. And Sarah has married
Axel.
Obviously, I knew that too. Sarah had married Axel, which was one of the people that was with them 10 years ago at the big bag thing. Sarah and Axel are married. He comes back. She's like, oh my gosh. She doesn't say this, but she's loved him all along, right? No, okay. He's back. And then guess what starts happening in this town again? People start getting dead by pickaxe again. And this guy is like gas mask on and like mining overall and pickaxe. And he's going around town just axing people from, people who were involved in the thing 10 years ago. Ooh, okay. So then, are we almost done? Jeez. Lots of people die. Lots of people get scared. And then at the end, Jensen's like, hey, I know how to fix this. Axel's not who he says he is. You got to come with me. So they go away together. And then Axel calls her and says, hey, Tom's not who he says he is. And you got to get out of the car with him. Anyway, long story short, she doesn't know who it is. They're both standing in front of her. She's pointing her gun one to the other. And they're like, shoot him. You know that meme? Was
The Spider-Man?
Anyway, yeah. She's like, I don't know who it is. And he's like, look he cheated on her with that girl who died. And he wrote, be mine forever above her. She's like, I didn't tell you that she died. And he goes, yeah, you did. And how did you know about the words above him? And he's like, what? And so then he starts hallucinating and seeing the big scary guy come towards him. And he's like, shoot him. He's right there. Anyway, long story short, he was hallucinating the whole time. And it was Jensen Ackles who was killing all the people. And he was just hallucinating from his pills that he was taking because he was in a mental institution. Long story short, they had one more bullet left. And they're like, you got to shoot him. So she shoots him. And it goes through his little side part, kind of like right above his hip, right? And it hits this little gas tank and it bursts into flames. Well, Jensen's still alive. And then he comes out in someone else's uniform who's coming in to save him. The end. Jeez, that was a long time. Sorry, guys. Was I supposed to do death? Because I stopped doing that.
You stopped doing that. It's
months ago.
It's news, alive, death, heart, death,
heart,
mind.
death, heart. It's too hard to do that. So you know that what's that show on YouTube that does the death count?
Oh, death count. Meat.
Dead meat, yes. Okay. So this one would be impossible because remember the hospital. The whole hospital.
Oh yeah. No, like he's done kill counts for The Purge, bro. And like The Walking Dead.
How though?
So he has a team of people and also himself. But they'll like watch the movie and pause it frame by frame and count.
Holy shit. This would be so hard because of pretty much that one scene. That's about it. I feel like I would quit.
And then fucking James from Dead Meat is like, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, right. The Purge. Oh my gosh. I've never seen that show.
That movie?
No, I've seen The Purge. I've never seen the YouTube show where he counts.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen the YouTube channel ever. I don't really want to because I haven't seen all the movies.
That's why you just watch the ones you've seen.
I know, but anyway. So it's like a copious amounts of death, death, hearts, death. Haley quit on me halfway through that. She was like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up.
Now my back was hurting, so I was like, I'm gonna lean back. And I was like, I could just tell by how you were going. I was like, this is gonna be a minute. So I was like, I'll let her time.
It made me self-conscious because I was like, oh, she's having a bad time.
No. Anyway. You're doing great, sweetie.
Thanks, Mom.
Anyway, yes, Catherine, thank you for that synopsis. I don't really need to do anything.
You basically know the whole story if you were only focused on Jensen. You're welcome. I literally knew 0 other characters' names. I barely knew his.
It's like you only knew the important parts.
Exactly. Now, I did call it at the very beginning. I was like, I think it's Jensen.
You did? Good job. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing.
And I was like, I'm not even gonna look at her when I say it because I don't want her to be like, give me the face or
Catherine. So long story short, there's a small mining town. It's the type of town that relies on this coal mine for jobs and like bringing money in, whatever. I think we're supposed to be in like 1997 or something.
Mm-hmm.
We have Tom, Sarah,
Axel.
I forgot the other. Well, Axel, but the other girl, I can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Axel's girlfriend.
Yeah,
I think it's like Isla or something. Or
she spent the whole scene nude.
I know. I remember the actress name that plays her.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember her actual character name. But anyway, so it's the 4 of them. They go to like this, like, it's like the teens are hanging out, drinking, sinning,
Debauchery.
It's been a year since tragedy struck the mines.
Yeah.
A year prior, the mines like collapsed and a bunch of miners were trapped in there. And one of the coal miners that was trapped was Harry Warden. And eventually, authorities and stuff, they found everybody, and Harry was the only survivor. So everybody's like, oh, miracle. Ooh, miracle. This guy's alive. No, it turns out he actually killed them with a pickaxe to conserve air, or some. That was the excuse, was to conserve air. He also went into a coma at this time. So a lot of people were like, hopefully he doesn't wake up. I don't think he'll ever wake up. Don't waste blessings on a man like Harry Warden. And I was like, damn, okay. And that's how we start. And turns out our boy Tom, Jensen Ackles' character, worked in the mines. His family owns that mine. a lot of people blamed the dad and blamed Tom's character for the collapse. And so a year later, Harry wakes up in the hospital. And no words at all, just starts massacring people all throughout the hospital. That's when we get introduced to the party scene, the debauchery of everybody. And it's like really awkward between everyone. Tom and Sarah are dating, and Axel and the other girl are dating. It's already established that Axel has a thing for Sarah, always has. He's jealous of Tom.
Tommy boy.
But I would too.
Yeah, if I had to compete with Jensen, I would be fucked.
The guy, Harry,
Mm-hmm.
he decides to, crash the party in his coal miner getup, as Catherine beautifully described earlier. And he just starts slaying teens.
Left and right.
And not the slay.
Yeah.
But actually slaying, like
SLAYing. Well, I guess that's the same way to spell it.
It is.
I forgot.
Everyone dies except the 4. And then Axel, being a piece of shit, was like, Sarah, we gotta get out of here. And then because poor Tom falls while he's running, because of course he does. You think it's over for him, and then the 2 police officers show up and shoot Harry. And yeah, and then we're like, oh, is he dead? Is he not dead? We don't know. But Jensen, or Tom, I should say, is very traumatized by this moment, and he just leaves.
I would be too.
Right. He leaves town for 10 years.
He's like, deuces.
Yeah.
Fuck all y'all.
So then he comes back after 10 years just because his father has sadly passed away, and he's trying to get rid of the mine and sell it, which he's getting a lot of backlash for. And everyone in the town is like, you're going to regret selling this coal mine. Like, everyone's going to fucking hate you.
Yeah. I hate you.
Slowly, we get reintroduced to the characters, right? Get introduced to Sarah and Axel, who is now the sheriff of the town, and is also married to Sarah, and they have a son. But also, surprise, he's cheating on her with this girl named Megan. And
who works
Megan
with
is
Sarah.
pregnant. Yeah, who works with Sarah and is pregnant. But yeah, he's a piece of shit. And throughout the whole movie, just gaslighting Sarah about her relationship with Tom, because when Tom comes back to town, she's all like, oh,
I've always loved you.
Yeah, like he says to her in the movie, when they see each other, he's like, when I first saw you, I regretted leaving those 10 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, you should have.
Yeah, I bet you did.
But yeah, Axel's just an asshole. Like, he's like trying to get under Tom's skin, like, really bad. Like, he was like, that's my wife that I married, that I have a kid with, that I sleep in the same bed with and have sex with. And then Catherine was like, the girl you also cheat on and got a girl pregnant.
Yeah. I also cheat on her and I get other girls pregnant from her. Anyway.
But yeah, so slowly everybody starts dying. There's a lot of good kills in this movie.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, when I kept calling it 3D, it is the first like R-rated 3D movie. That's the only thing that's kind of odd, and it can be kind of annoying because it's like overly 3D'd. Right. Like they're trying to do like 3D shots, like in your face. Like if it was 3D, it'd be cool. But cool, since it's not, it's like, oh, that's a weird shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good kills, a lot of blood, a lot of hearts.
Yes.
You know, like that's the whole theme of this movie is, you know, Valentine's Day, a heart-shaped box, and guess what? An actual heart is in it and not chocolates. So, like Forrest Gump's mother always said, life is like a box. Life is like a box of chocolates, and you never know what you're gonna get.
Sometimes it'll be a heart.
Yep. Sometimes it'll be a heart.
It's not chocolate hearts.
So the guy earlier that I was talking about, the Todd guy, the Todd Farmer, he's the trucker guy.
Oh, okay. Yes.
The one that was
Yes.
fucking the girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Asshole guy.
Yes.
So that's him.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, it just clicked. He's
I
one
could
of the
tell
same
'cause-
birthday as you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell because you were just like, like, why are you telling me this?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna move along and be like, anyway.
Right.
Gotcha.
All right. So this whole movie is basically like, who's killing these people? Is it the guy from 10 years ago? And turns out the two sheriffs said that they killed him. Like, they actually killed him and buried him and covered it up so they wouldn't go to jail.
Right.
So
even though I don't think they would have gone to jail.
I don't
Like,
think
if they
they
had been like, yeah, he died in an attack, like he was attacking us, would
Right.
he
Yeah,
have, would they have really gone to jail?
I don't think so. Later on, they're like, prove it, and then they go to the gravesite and it's empty. So
Weird. I thought I left a body here.
So throughout the movie, there's a lot of like red herrings, like, oh, it could be Axel. Oh, it could be Tom. Oh, it could be like anyone in the town because everyone had a motive because of the mine being sold.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was
Tommy
your boy. It was Tommy Boy. He was hallucinating the guy. And it was
he didn't really know he was doing it.
Right. It was like a split personality thing because as soon as he realized that, or as soon as like the big reveal is made that it's actually Tom, he's not Tom anymore. Like he's the hairy guy.
Yeah.
And they did leave the movie off on like a cliffhanger kind of thing, like open for a sequel. And Catherine, there was supposed to be a sequel.
Oh, but it got canceled.
But yes,
of course.
So yes, they canceled the release, or they canceled the moving forward of going with the sequel because the ratings weren't that great, and there were so many mixed reviews, and Lionsgate just lost interest. So they were like, nah,
it
we're
do
good.
be like that sometimes.
even though they've made 10 Saws already.
Yeah, right. Like, come on. You could make another Bloody Valentine and wrap up the story.
Todd Farmer did an interview in 2020 talking about it and basically said what I just told you. And then the plan for it was they were going to make it more psychological, give you more backstory. They were going to kill off Sarah.
Whoa.
I was like, what?
How does that even work? I feel like
know.
Tom's only motive was Sarah. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the plan. I mean, I thought it did okay. I feel like I've seen a lot of movies do worse and they've gotten sequels upon sequels.
Right. And I mean, it made a lot of money.
It did. The main complaint was, I guess, it was predictable. It was a remake and the characters were bland.
Yeah.
But good gore, though.
Yeah, good gore. Yeah. It wasn't, the characters were not very, very deeply dimensional at all. But the one thing about it is that our narrator was unreliable. Tom was unreliable. So, like, what Tom was seeing wasn't always what was happening.
That's true.
And that's the cool part is I love a good movie with an unreliable narrator.
I do really like the twist though. Like I think it was well executed.
Yeah.
I would maybe not say that all the kills, like They're okay. So like the truck stop kill or the motel kill, right? Everyone died except him, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like they should have done like, I don't know, like just too many people were dying around him.
Right.
I would say, because that was kind of like the outlier one. Because
Right.
like yeah, everyone was dying around him, like in the house, like okay, like the supermarket part, or like the sheriff and stuff. Like all of those made sense to me in a way that
Yeah.
could also like push it away from it being Tom.
Yeah.
But the truck stop, or I keep saying truck stop because it was a trucker, but the motel one, he was like the only one staying there other than
Yeah.
a couple and the one lady.
Right. Like
So
the only person that should have died at the motel is the girl, because she was a part of the thing back in 10 years ago.
mhm.
But if he had kept alive the hotel owner and the trucker, it wouldn't have been as suspicious,
True.
because then it would be Harry coming back to finish the job. But I guess those people got in his way.
True. Just some like little like tidbit facts, whatever. I don't know if they're really fun facts, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if you get a little bit of fun out of it.
Okay.
Because there wasn't a lot.
No, yeah.
But it was filmed in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
I guess it said that they took advantage of like the tax incentives. I don't know what that means.
Some places have incentives for you to film a movie there so that it can provide jobs while you're filming there.
Oh,
So
well, there you go.
Some places, and this happened a lot in Canada, which is why a lot of movies are made in Canada, where they give you a tax break for filming your movie there because you provided so many jobs for people and you helped stimulate their economy.
Oh, there you go.
So
they also like the versatility of the like topographical and like architecture of the Pittsburgh metro area.
okay,
That it said, which I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's got to have enough to be like a little bit of town and a little bit of woodsy.
Mine.
Yeah.
A little bit of mine. Filmed for 13 days at the Torred Mines, which was an active mine until the 1960s. But now it's a museum. So we could go see it if you want.
That'd be cool. I've never wanted to go to Pittsburgh. Literally ever. But I'd go with you.
Yay.
I'm not sure if I want to go down into a mine though.
We'll just stay on the outside.
That sounds fun.
And then on its release, so opening weekend, it made $24.1 million, and it was number 3 at the box office.
Damn.
And I have the first and second movie. So number 2 in the box office that weekend was Gran Torino.
Okay.
With Clint Eastwood. That's such a good movie. Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's so good.
I know
it's so
of
sad.
It, though. Yeah.
It's so sad. It's so good. Anyway. And then number 1, baby. Kevin James himself. Paul Blart Mall Cop.
I watched that movie recently. In the last 6 months, I think.
2009.
Damn.
I didn't think it was out that long ago, but I guess so.
I feel like Kevin James doesn't age.
I don't think he does.
Kevin James and Adam Sandler don't age.
Yeah, they literally look the same in every movie they've ever done.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler does look younger in like his like Billy Madison, like Happy Gilmore days.
Yeah.
And Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
But
once he got older and made movies as he was older, like he looks exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I didn't write them down, but I just kind of remembered them off the top of my head. So the fun facts that I could find.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning, there's two characters. There's two people killed on screen in the beginning.
At the debauchery scene or in the mine? Okay.
The debauchery scene. Their names, the eyeball guy.
Mm-hmm.
Their names were, well, there's two guys that actually talk. So the first one, I'm assuming that was Jason, or was it Michael? Anyway, those two guys are Jason and Michael.
Wow. Little ode to horror.
Yeah, pretty much.
You think that was on purpose? Probably not. No.
It was.
Really?
Yeah.
Were there character names of Jason and Michael, or was it just their regular names?
It was their character names.
Oh, okay. I see.
So like the eyeball guy, when he's talking, I can't remember if he said Jason or I think he said Michael, but he was like, Michael or Jason, like, where you at? And yeah, it's what side character, like, do we ever, like, there's not really a scene like that.
No, yeah.
In horror movies. So, yes, it was an ode to, like, the slashers, because the old My Bloody Valentine came out around the same time as Halloween.
Oh, okay.
And it got compared to Friday the 13th. So
I see.
So it was like a little homage.
I feel like it wasn't as much like Friday the 13th as it was like, well, I mean, I guess. I don't know. Just
think of it this way. Instead of a mine, it's a lake.
The camp. Lake, yeah.
Camp.
And it's not the killer that everyone thinks it is.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. I was hoping for a twist ending where Sarah and Tom were like, I already told Haley this, but they were like together and they were doing it together. And it was like they were each other's bloody Valentine because they were slashing and dashing. I know Sarah was too good for that, but I thought maybe it was going to be like, that's why they called it My Bloody Valentine, was so that they could be together. Anyway, that's all I thought. It's fine.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Axel just comes to like save her, and he's like trying to convince her that it's Tom and not him.
And she's like between the two, and then she just goes, and they both drop their face and they look at him.
So Todd Farmer, get on that.
Yeah, right? Someone. I would like to be in that movie though, even if I'm just like a side character.
Like an extra.
I don't need to be the main character. It's too much work for me. I want to be more than an extra, less than a main character. So figure it out.
Okay, another one. You know the picture in the movie that's of Sarah and Tom?
Mm-hmm.
So on the back, you only see it when she's like holding it up in the mirror and you can see the reflection. I only noticed it because I had read the fun facts, but it said like Saturday. It was like Saturday or something, like February 14th. Mm-hmm. So if Saturday is the 14th, what's Friday?
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh,
that's interesting. I was like, where are you going with this? I was like, obviously, it's the 14th. It's My Bloody Valentine. What are you talking about?
It's like Valentine's Day is always the 14th, Haley, you dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch.
I know. Thank you. I try. It's the only thing I got going for me.
It's the depression.
It makes me extra spicy. Mentally spicy. Anyway, so a little bit more. I think there's only one fun fact that I can't remember off the top of my head, but you know the girl that's running naked
Yeah.
That was her idea, apparently.
That was weird. I didn't like that.
And she said that she wanted to she basically wanted to perform so well that you forgot that she was naked, that she wasn't just the naked girl running. And I was like,
Aw. We don't even remember her name.
I think it was like Irene or Iris or something.
Case in point.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Do you think she did her job or whatever? Do you think she achieved that?
I think she did okay. Like, it was very emotional, I would say. Like,
yes, I would say that too.
Like, I felt her anger.
Yes. I think I would have felt that same anger if she was wearing a robe.
True.
I mean, okay, so like what was done to her was like unexcusable from the truck driver. Period. Right? Non-consensual recording of the acts.
Of the debauchery.
Yes. Basically saying like she's just a whore to him, and throwing a dollar bill at her, whatever, $20 at her or whatever. That kind of shit, unexcusable. But if you're gonna follow someone out, put a towel on, put a robe on.
I know, she put her shoes on.
She already had them on. They were on when she was on the bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I don't remember the shoes, I guess.
I was looking at her and I was like, why is she wearing heels in bed? Because that's what she was, while she was talking, I was like, this bitch is wearing heels in bed. But whatever. It was not important. Also, like, okay, so if it was me, I would feel so violated. Why would I want to go traipse out naked? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my 2 cents on the matter. But it was definitely a scene. Her kill wasn't that bad though.
No.
Because you barely saw it. You just saw splatter. So.
Which I don't think that splatter was enough. I don't think that would have. No. Enough. Okay, so now we're on the topic of kills.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine.
Yeah. Yes.
What was your most memorable or favorite kill of this movie?
That bitch in the grocery store who's trying to steal Sarah's man.
Megan?
Yes.
Oh, that was a good one.
Also, the like pickaxe and the jaw flying back. If that was in 3D, you remember the pickaxe into the jaw?
Mm-hmm.
And the jaw flying back at you. If that was in 3D, I would be so fucking impressed. In the movie theater in 2009, when 3D was like just,
Yeah, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah. So there were like some kills that involved the 3D so much so, which is the jaw and the eyeball, as far as I remember. I'm sure there was more. I'm just saying those are the ones I remember like off the top of my head. What was your favorite or most memorable kill?
The mandible, so the jaw.
Yeah.
Or when we see the maid's body come out of the dryer.
The maid's body coming out of the dryer.
Mm-hmm. When they're like, what's that sound?
Yeah.
And then her face just like,
yeah.
I was like, oh God.
That one was weird. Crazy. Yeah. I liked the chase up to the one in the grocery store with Megan, because they're like so they've been chased through the grocery store into the back room, into like the manager's office, and they're trying to get out the window. And then all of a sudden he stops banging on the door there, and they're sliding out the window, and she's like halfway in, halfway out. And Sarah's trying to pull her back in, and then she gets ripped out of the window, and then like her chest ripped open and her heart ripped out. And then it says above her, "Be mine forever," or something like that. It's a whole process. Like some of them are like I said, they're pretty quick to happen. They don't have like a lot of chase involved.
And we don't see any of the chest carving.
No. We just see the chest afterward.
What would you rate this movie, Catherine? Would you let it be yours?
I give it 6.5 bloody hearts.
6.5, but that's funny that you say that because I think that's what it got. It was like 6.2 on IMDb or Google or something.
Yeah. I mean, like if I was watching it back in 2009, I feel like I would rate it higher though. But because I'm tainted with like, 2023, technology has advanced so much since then. 3D is not really even a thing anymore.
That's true.
If I watched it back in 2009, I probably would have loved this movie and been like, whoa, that movie is fucking great. But in the hindsight, I would say 6.5. Yeah. What would you rate it?
I'd say like a 5.
Yeah.
Like smack down in the middle.
Right.
Good kills. That's what it's got for me.
Is the like if you pull back into the fact, if you factor in nostalgia, would it go higher?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think. Okay, this movie isn't that nostalgic for me.
Oh, I thought you watched it when you were younger, like a lot.
I mean, I did, but it wasn't like one of those ones that I like loved.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like House of Wax.
Okay.
So, but that's another thing. So that same year, so 2009, when that came out, the Friday the 13th remake came out, which had Jared Padalecki in it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
and then in Supernatural,
yes,
they had an episode called My Bloody Valentine.
Yes, just like they had one for House of Wax.
Yeah.
They did a lot of odes to like their past projects and like all that stuff. I feel like Supernatural was smart in that way sometimes. I think it lost its way after like season like 10. But it was still good.
I was like, is it still good?
Yeah, up until the very bitter end.
Bitter end, huh?
Yup.
I've only seen up to season 2, so
okay. I'm not gonna I don't know if you'll ever even get to season 15, but I'm not gonna tell you the end of Supernatural. I'm never gonna say it out loud unless I know the person's seen it too. Because like the end of Supernatural is, the end. Well, thank you for bringing us My Bloody Valentine just in time for Valentine's Day, which is today is the 10th that you're probably hearing this if you watch it on release day. No, 11th, sorry. It's probably the 11th. So just around the corner is Valentine's Day. And you know what? If you don't have a Valentine for Valentine's Day, I would like this to be our formal request for you, spooky babes, to be our Valentine. Haley already has one, but you can be my Valentine.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. But no, yes, I put this in as a formal request for you to be our Valentine for Valentine's Day. And if you want a Valentine, just DM us on Instagram and we will send you a heart, and it won't be bloody. I will not send you a human heart in the mail. That would be gross.
Maybe.
Haley might. I don't know. I could never. Anyway. Is that everything?
That's everything.
Wow. Okay, well.
Bye.
Are you okay? Well, spooky babes. Again. Have a happy Valentine's. We will not see you until after Valentine's, after this episode. And remember that you are worth it and that you matter to us. I'm happy that you are here and you're still here. And if you ever don't want to be here, send us a DM on Instagram and we will be your reason to stick around. And you know what? Valentine's Day is not all it's cracked up to be. On the 13th is Galentine's Day. So go out with your favorite spooky babes and have a drink for us. Okay.
Woo woo.
Okay. So we will see you
In your nightmares.
our little bloody Valentines.
How?
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Haley doesn't love you. I'm going to stop.
Hey, I love you guys.